charged at all after they have a night of sleep. How many people only sleep like 3 hours or 5 hours or 4 hours? Yes, yes, yes. Oh my God, you guys really? So many people struggling with sleep issues. Well, today we're doing sleep and recharging stabilizer, which I'm really excited about, by the way. This is incredible. Sleep and recharging stabilizer. Yes, indeed. We're going to talk about sleeping issues a little bit. What happens inside the brain when that's happening too, which is really cool. Oh, and we're going to have some fun with it all. I got my ingredients in front of us. We're day 19, believe it or not. I can't even believe it. I don't know. Like, I woke up this morning, I'm like, what? Day 19? Is that even possible? Like, we made it this far? How many of you guys have gone 19 days here? And it's okay if you only went 8 days. It's okay if you only went 9 days. It's okay if you only went 11 days or 12 days or 2 days. That's okay too. Maybe you just started this Brain Shot Therapy Cleanse Challenge 2 days ago, right? But how many of you guys started like at the beginning and were day 19? Is it just me? Is it only me? Okay. Am I the only one that started it and I'm doing it and it's day 19? Anyway, all fun questions, but I will say, all kidding around aside, all fooling around aside. You did, Lisa Lofthouse says, I did them all. Oh my God, incredible. Me, Sophie Nordstrom said me. Lana says, this challenge has been incredibly healing. We did the whole thing. My God, and tomorrow's day 20. Day 20 tomorrow. You guys are pumping me up big time. Tina Beeb says, I've done all the days. Amazing. Incredible, incredible. So pumped about this, seriously. Sonia Ord says, yes, all days. Amazing. Jesselyn, thank you for doing these lives. Anthony. Caroline, 17 days. Whoa. Melanie, 19 days. Okay. All right. Like, seriously. Like, I don't know how animated it can possibly be. Like what? That's incredible. On IG, Clean Up Your Diet tag says, I could only do 9 days. Totally cool. 9 days is amazing. Amazing. 5 days is amazing. 4 days is amazing. All right? So please know that, because all of that is incredibly amazing. I'm serious now. I really am. We're talking about like what happens inside the brain a little bit when we're having sleeping problems. Okay, Natalia says, you make me excited for completion, right? 19 days. So you got 19 days? I didn't look at it as my accomplishment. All right. Oh my God, are you kidding? If you did 19 days, that was a huge accomplishment. That was huge. Are you kidding? 19 days of brain shots. It's incredible. And 5 days, 4 days is incredible. I'm talking like this right now for the moment because we have to think about it and sit back and realize how far we've come and what this means and how exciting this is and how special it is. You actually got these incredible healing foods in your body. Leafy greens, herbs, wild foods, all of it in your body. Fruits. Every single day, 19 days, powerful combinations that were for the right problems in the body. Like, this is incredible. I don't even know what to say. Let's see. Keep the Hope says 10 days and counting and couldn't get ingredients, but I do double pathogen exposure every day. Oh my God. Perfect. You can do the same one. You can do literally the nerve gut stabilizer, acid stabilizer every single day if you wanted to for your 19 days. Your 5 days, whatever you want to do. You don't have to do the chosen ones, the chosen days of the Brain Shot Therapy Cleanse Challenge. You don't have to do that then. You can choose what you want, and that's totally awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the powerful aspect of medical medium information. It's not one size fits all. That's how incredible it is. You can choose the shot you want to use. How about that? And do it all 19 days. You can do that because that's what, if that feels right to you too. If you're like, no, man, I got this stomach acid thing and the nerve gut stabilizer, acid stabilizers is helping me, then yes, do it the whole time. How incredible is that? The challenge videos are up on medicalmedium.com, and it's a free, and you can get the free download and emails. Make sure you sign up. It's really important. So you can, but it's going to be on the website, so you can watch them all again. The 20-day challenge will be on the website, so you can do it over and over if you choose to. You can do 1 day, you can do 3 days, you can do all of it anytime you want. Yes, Kelly Burke says this one tastes amazing. All right, here we are. We are here. All right, insomnia. Let's do this. Day 19. Trouble sleeping can sometimes be as simple as a racing mind. Do you guys get a racing mind at all? Does that happen to you? Like, you're in bed, you want to sleep, you wish you can sleep, but you can't sleep because your mind is racing, right? And there's different forms of mind racing. That's what's really incredible, right? Your mind is racing. That's what's happening. You want to sleep, but this is happening right here. Your mind just going, no. Does that happen to you guys? And you really do want to sleep. That's the sad part about it, or the hard part about it is you need to sleep, you say to yourself. But your mind is just racing. Erica Malik says, I take this shot every night before bed for the last 3 months, and I sleep soundly without waking up. Incredible. This shot is so amazing. And let's see. It's helped with my insomnia so much. Thank you, AWSOC. Incredible. Trouble sleeping can sometimes be as simple as a racing mind that's trying to solve a problem. Are you trying to solve a problem and your mind takes over? Do you fall asleep for a little while and then you wake up a couple hours later and now you're trying to solve a problem and your mind is just going, right? It could even be stress creating the mind to race, right? You're under stress. It's triggering the mind to race. Because think about that. Your mind is racing because it's being triggered. Stress, you're trying to solve a problem. Or just plain old worry in your life. Plain old worry. We don't need to stress ourselves out over a bad night or two. Right? And a lot of you guys are like, I had more than a bad night or 2 bad nights. When sleeping problems become chronic, that's when there's more going on. Yes. Neurotransmitter chemicals are the one critical part of being able to sleep. Neurotransmitter chemicals. What I love about what you're looking in front of you right here, okay? This stabilizer that we're going to do, the sleep and recharging stabilizer, is it benefits you in the neurotransmitter activity area. That's where it benefits. It's targeting that. That's when there's more going on. Neurotransmitter chemicals are the one critical part of being able to sleep. Electricity is running through every neuron as we're sleeping. So I think what people don't realize is when they go to sleep, their neurons are just as active in many ways. So as we're sleeping, electricity is still going through all the neurons. If neurotransmitters are diminished, here's what's interesting. If your neurotransmitters are diminishing, weakened, kind of broken down, anemic like ferritin or whatever, iron, all that stuff. No, anemic just being very low. I'm on page 354, someone just asked, of Brain Saver. If neurotransmitters are diminished, electrical impulses have a tough time traveling throughout the brain. What that means is your electricity struggles when your neurotransmitters are down. Low neurotransmitter chemicals or weakened ones can cause the brain to have difficulty finding balance, so you can ease into sleep and stay there, stay asleep, stay there. So low neurotransmitter chemicals or weakened ones can cause the brain to have difficulty finding balance. That means that when you're having diminished neurotransmitter chemicals, your electricity is trying to swim around it. It's trying to stay charged while you're sleeping, but it's not staying calm and smooth. Instead, it's more erratic. It's more rogue. There's a problem. So you're not able to relax and sleep. You're not able to stay asleep long. Memmy Stubbs says, I have no way to make them where I currently live, but I'm watching and learning until I can do them. It's incredible. You don't have to make these brain shot therapies. You can just listen to the information. I'm reading out of Brain Saver. Some of these lives that we've done in these 20 days, in this 19 days, just phenomenal information that's been mind-blowing. And you don't even have to do the brain shots. You can just chill out, hang out. Someone may also have a sensitive nervous system due to a chronic low-grade viral infection. So this is important to know. A large majority of people's sleep issues is because someone has a low-grade viral infection. They don't know it. Maybe they had an autoimmune diagnosis but don't know that's what it is. Whatever's going on, they're sick with something. They're struggling with something. So someone may have a sensitive nervous system. Now, why would you have a sensitive nervous system if you have a low-grade viral infection? Because the Epstein-Barr virus or the shingles or any of the herpetic viruses, especially Epstein-Barr and shingles, which often goes undiagnosed, releases neurotoxins. Neurotoxins are unfortunately one of the big problems with people sleeping good. I've seen people, okay, that have the worst chronic fatigue syndrome, the worst ME chronic fatigue syndrome, or just severe fatigue, and you would think they sleep. They're not sleeping. They're not sleeping good. There are people that are diagnosed with ME/CFS. They're diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome, but they're not sleeping good. People can't understand it. You're tired. You got fatigue. Sleep. Just sleep. Now, there are people that get diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome and they sleep 12, 14 hours, 16 hours, and they can't do anything but sleep. But that can be just a temporary part of their chronic fatigue. That could be 1 year. And then another year, they can't sleep. And they still have chronic fatigue syndrome. They're tired, they're suffering, and they can't sleep. You know anybody that's gone through that? That's me. Jan Antonio says, that's me. That's a big deal. And a lot of people go through that. Lots of people. Add me too, Agnes? Okay. So here you are, you're tired, you don't feel good. You got chronic fatigue. Or you just feel like your legs feel like sandbags. You can't get ahead of yourself. You can only do so much kitchen work. You can only do so much, vacuuming around your house. You get wasted easy. You're on mattress island. You're fatigued. Then someone might say to you, hey, why don't you just sleep it off? And you're like, I can't. I go to bed. I can't get 8 hours of sleep. I can only get 4 hours or 3 hours or 5 hours. Take a long nap. I can't take a long nap. I can't fall asleep during the day. But you got chronic fatigue syndrome. You should be able to fall asleep during the day. I can't fall asleep during the day, though. I'm suffering. I can only take a nap here if I'm lucky. I can only get 5 hours of sleep one night. Some nights I'll get 7 hours. And then the next night, 2 hours. This is what people go through. You guys probably know this, right? So you probably know somebody that's gone through this. So there's so many people who get CFS or ME/CFS, meaning they get the diagnosis, they're struggling, they're tired all the time. They have low-grade viral infections, and neurotoxins are getting to their brain and preventing them from sleeping a peaceful sleep. Their neurotransmitter chemicals are struggling, they have neurotoxins in the brain, and they can't sleep good. But then they get picked on and bullied by people they know, friends they know, family members they know. They get bullied because here you are tired. Why don't you just get a good night's sleep and get fixed? And then one night, if they're not on benzodiazepines because they got in trouble, they're addicted to benzos to try to like get through their anxiety and sleeping and their chronic fatigue syndrome. And then one night they sleep a really long night's sleep, a good night's sleep. And then everybody says to them, well, you slept 8 hours that night. You should be back to normal. You should be fixed. And it's like, no, it gave me a little bit more energy that day. It made it so I can function a little bit. But I'm not back to normal, and I'm not better yet. I still have chronic fatigue syndrome. Yes, I slept one night. But then the next night, they only sleep like 2 hours or 1 hour. And I know that this isn't everybody, but so many people, right? Jessica Gale says, always feel like I'm tired falling asleep and my body jolts back awake. This makes so much sense. Wish I could get some peaceful sleep. I know so many people are going through this. So I'm talking about CFS a little bit too, where people get blamed. They have this chronic fatigue syndrome and they're getting blamed. Why don't you just sleep it off and get better? You're so tired. It's like, no, I can't sleep. And there are people with CFS, their first few years of CFS, all they're doing is sleeping. And then they hit the wall. They're not better yet and they're not sleeping anymore. It's like they slept plenty, but they're still sick and still not functioning and can't sleep good anymore. There's that too. Talking about viral issues with any kind of sleep problems. That's what we're dealing with now. So someone may also have sensitive nervous systems due to low-grade viral infections like shingles and EBV, and the neurotoxins that are released from these viruses are swimming around their body, attaching themselves to the vagus nerves. Yes, the vagus nerves. The vagus nerves. You know, and I'll say, I'm guilty of saying vagus nerve many times on and off. That's because people don't hear you when you say vagus nerves a lot. They'll be like, because everybody will be like, vagus nerve? That's nerves. There's 2 of them. I'm saying that because we did a vagus nerve show, right? Where the nerves, there's 2 of them coming out of the brainstem, and they get all saturated with neurotoxins, and that really stops people from sleeping too. All right, let's keep on going. Which page, Gabrielle says? Gabriella, 354. Neurotoxins breaking out of the liver and traveling through the bloodstream can reach the brain, where they saturate, pollute, and diminish neurotransmitter chemicals. That's one of the key points right there. A lot of people have diminished neurotransmitter chemicals. Why? Why are they diminished? Some people might diminish them because they're smoking too much weed. Some people might diminish them because they're doing ayahuasca. Some people might diminish them because they're doing too much psilocybin. Some people might diminish them because you're not getting any nutrients at all for their brain and they're under tremendous stress. It's a huge trigger. Some people might have them diminished for other reasons too. Some people don't have enough glucose in their brain and that's diminishing it. But neurotoxins breaking out of the liver and traveling through the bloodstream can reach the brain, where they saturate and pollute and diminish neurotransmitter chemicals. This is important. Neurotoxins from low-grade viral infections, which everybody who's diagnosed with autoimmune has. They don't know it, but that's what they have. Everybody diagnosed with autoimmune at the doctor's office is struggling with a low-grade viral infection, whether the doctor knows it because they don't know medical meme information or they do know medical meme information because that's MM info. I put that out there all these years. Even if they don't test for it or not test for it, they got a low-grade viral infection. And here's what happens with autoimmune. You might not see a viral issue in a test, but 5 years later, it shows up because it was the problem the whole time. Hins Kathy says, not having the energy to make the shots. I have been alternating between the lemon balm and shock therapy, and the California poppy shock therapy helps my sleep and my restless legs. That's incredible. That is incredible. I got the lemon balm here. That's for sure. But yeah. Incredible. Educating myself. And doctors think these pains are autoimmune and genetic. Unbelievable. So what happens is people have these low-grade viral infections. There is protocols in here. Medical medium shock therapies. So that's what we were talking about a second ago, right? Medical medium shock therapies and protocols for sleeping issues and all kinds of other problems too. It's an incredible book. Incredible book. You can take the book to your doctor and ask your doctor what's right for you. Neurotoxins breaking out of the liver, like I said, traveling through the bloodstream, saturate the brain, and diminish neurotransmitter activity. Because someone has a low-grade viral infection, and if they have a higher-grade viral infection, high grade, it can even be worse and more difficult. There are people out there that cannot sleep for 4 straight days. They get hospitalized, or they have to induce a coma because they can't sleep. And I've always told people that I've ever known that have run into anything like this, that you can't see it like you're not sleeping. You have to see it as you're healing and resting your central nervous system, whether you sleep or not. If you lay there, know that you're still healing with your eyes shut and you're laying there. There is something called resting your nerves. And if I'm not mistaken, because these books are 2 very large Bibles here, and even I forget which book has what in it, to grab these books and read them over and over again. I'm not perfect. And I'm not a genius. But the information is profound and unfreaking believable. IG Hackberry Tomo says, experience this. Tired and can't sleep. I was punching my wall and yelling, begging to fall asleep. Very annoying. No more after medical medium information. Okay, then I have something to say to you. I want to find resting the nerves in here. I'm hoping it's here. I think it might be in my other book. Yes, it is, of course. I thought that was protocols for a second. Silly me. Let me just do this. That's what's incredible about these books. Can you keep that straight? It's like 12 pounds. All right. It's in the back of protocols, of course. Do you guys know the medical medium books better than I do? I hope you do. That would be a dream come true to me. To know that you guys would be like, no, AW, I know where resting the nerves is. Resting the nerves. I want to read this a little bit. This is really important right here. So I'm in protocols right here. And resting the nerves. This is a very powerful centering technique that reboots the nervous system. Our brains are all susceptible to becoming weakened and neurologically sick. If you can't sleep and you're punching the wall, which guess what? I've heard that before. I've heard people punch walls. I've heard people punch beds. I've heard people kick things. I've heard people hurt themselves in the middle of the night because they can't sleep. I've heard it all, right? And it breaks my heart because that's like a hell. I've heard people say it's an unbelievable hell to not be able to sleep. An insane, unbelievable hell. But there's something to know if you can't sleep, if you ever run into a problem where you can't sleep, or you're not sleeping the hours you want to sleep. Something very critical to know. You can still help to heal your nervous system. Resting the nerves. This is a very powerful centering technique that reboots the nervous system. Our brains are all susceptible to becoming weakened and neurologically sick. This approach is accessible to all of us. Spirit of compassion never stops to amaze me. This approach is accessible to all of us when we need to give the brain and nervous system a quick restorative so we can be stronger for the day or night. You can try it anywhere, in an office chair, lying or sitting on the floor, bed, or couch at home, sitting at the kitchen table, parked in your car. The options are endless, as long as it's a spot where you'll be safe closing your eyes. That's part of the power here. It's so easy to do. To get started, you're going to stop whatever else you're doing. And if it's in the middle of the night, that's fine. You already are. Find a comfortable position. If you have a choice, opt for lying down. If not, sitting up works. Now close your eyes and keep them closed for 8 to 20 minutes. Now, if you're laying there at night in the middle of the night, you can go way more than 8 to 20 minutes. But just know you can help to rejuvenate and restore your nervous system even when you got insomnia and can't sleep. I'm on page 540 of Protocols. Incredible book. I mean, you've got to get these books. Ideally, you'll keep them closed for 12 to 15 minutes. That's the most effective window. This is Brain Saver Protocols. If you have less time, 8 minutes is okay. So I'm talking about if you're in the middle of the day, you can do this. So you can just do 8 minutes in the middle of the day. This is so incredible. So if you're not sleeping good at night and you're wrecked from it. If you're not sleeping at night, you just feel like you're destroyed from it. You can do this in the middle of the day, regardless of where you are. 8 minutes is okay. If you have even less time, don't not do it. Don't not do it. Even 3 to 4 minutes is helpful. Any amount of time spent with this technique when you need a nerve recharge will serve you. When you close your eyes and sit or lie back, you need to remind yourself why you're doing it. To rest your nerves. To rest your nerves. So you're doing it at night? Amazing. I just saw somebody, the comment went up there on IG. You're doing this at night. Fantastic. When you close your eyes and sit or lie back, you need to remind yourself why you're doing it, to rest your nerves. Don't forget that. I have to read that again because I want to tell myself it's to rest my nerves. You can't sleep at night. You're suffering. You're about to lose your mind. You're about to lose your freaking mind. I've seen people at that stage. It's just so sad. Christina says, I feel so validated. 8 exclamation points? I can't count. It's a lot. Not sleeping is torture, and this is what broke the camel's back for me. Vicious cycle. I wish I would have found medical medium back then, straight away. So happy now. Problem is, Christina, there's large amounts of people out there trying to prevent people from finding medical medium now at this point. There's lots of naysayers and haters just telling people don't do medical medium, don't whatever. Like, you wouldn't believe it. The vegan people are mad because I support people who eat animal protein because we're not one size fits all at medical medium. You can come here and still heal. But it's unbelievable, really. And it's sad because I know so many people that aren't finding medical medium easy right now. Just terrible. Seeker for Compassion. Energy Shifter did miracles for me. I had it today in the middle day and no more tired early night as I had. Thank you so much. So check this out about resting your nerves. In this moment, you're going to have thoughts, concerns, and even worries. Projects you're working on and other reminders of your busy day are going to come to mind. And if you're suffering laying in the middle of the night and you're so upset, you're going to be thinking about not being able to sleep either. At least that's how it is for most of us. This technique is not here to punish you for that. It's not a thought punishment. It's not a thought punisher. Understand that. This exercise is not a punishment for your bad thoughts, unproductive thoughts, your swimming thoughts, whatever it is. That's what I love about MM Info from Spirit of Compassion. It's not about punishing people. But when What I have noticed in a lot of healing communities out there, it's about punishing people. They punish the crap out of people. You're the blame. It's your body attacking itself. Your thoughts are making you sick. You're creating it. I've seen it all out there. It's insane. Someone was actually left a comment and they were screaming in the comment. You know how when people put large capital letters, like nonstop, like it's all capital letters? It was something like, "How dare you tell me, medical medium, that genes aren't why I'm sick? It's my genes." And it went across like genes. And then it went like something like, "My genes are bad. That's what science tells me, and I believe science. It's not any kind of viral infection or this and this. My genes are bad." And I was like, dear Lord. Okay. Okay, if that's what you want to believe, then your genes are bad. You were born with bad genes. You're just a bad gene. Heather Jenkins says, the Brain Saver book is so amazing. Each chapter just blows my mind, and it's really interesting to read. At first, I was intimidated because it was so big, but it moves along quickly. I am intimidated by these books right here because it's just unbelievable how big they are and what's in there. Lynn Albers, I don't care what any of those people say. I will always follow medical medium, only thing that works. Thank you, Lynn. And you even survive all the smear campaigns and hit pieces on me over and over again for years. You even survive all that. Incredible. Because I'm such a bad person. And everybody's perfect out there but me. Everybody's perfect out there but me. Amazing. All right, so when you close your eyes and sit there and lie back, you need to remind yourself you're doing this to rest your nerves. And check this out. This technique is not here to punish you for any thoughts. You're not doing it wrong if you have a reactive, racing mind. This is not a meditation, but yet it is, but it's not. It's not about controlling your thoughts. You can rest your nerves and give your nerves healing boosts, which is incredible. Healing boosts. The benefits of the exercise override any thoughts and stresses pounding through your head. You can be laying there in the middle of the night suffering, hating yourself for not sleeping. You can be in the middle of the night suffering and struggling, totally wrecked by it, totally upset by it, really going through a lot. And you can work on healing your nerves. You can strengthen yourself to give you stronger energy the next day. This is an incredible technique from Spirit of Compassion. The benefits of this exercise override any thoughts and stresses pounding through your head. There's something pounding through your head. This exercise overrides it. That's part of its power. I'm on page 541. I saw somebody asking Brain Saver protocols. That's part of its power. As long as you know the purpose behind it, the second you shut your eyes and tell yourself that you're restoring your nervous system, any thoughts and worries that arise hold no authority over your restorative experience. I want to read that again. Uma Kali. Love how simple yet powerful this meditation is. Thank you, Uma. You're a soldier. You're a warrior. That's part of its power, as long as you know the purpose behind it. If you know the purpose behind this, what's the purpose behind it? Restoring and resting your nerves. Resting your nerves. The second you shut your eyes and you tell yourself that you're restoring your nervous system, you shut your eyes and you tell yourself you're restoring your nervous system. That's what you have to do. And the minute you do that, any thoughts and worries that arise hold no authority over the power of this restorative experience. Right when you first closed your eyes, remind yourself that the purpose of this technique is to rest your nerves, restore your nerves, and give your nerves some healing time. Your nerves are strengthening every single second. One of the incredible benefits of this exercise is that when you do it for the first time and feel and see the difference it has made for you, that becomes a landmark that helps you find peace every time you choose to do this exercise. I got like goosebumps all over my body right now because I know when someone who's been through hell, like freaking hell, with not being able to sleep, and they got the worst insomnia, and they're really struggling, and they're really suffering, and they've tried everything, and they do this in the middle of the night, and they start healing their nerves. They start taking over their life again. They start empowering their being, their soul, everything, their body again. Monica, you promote life, AW. The society promotes fear. I do hunger for your knowledge. Thank you, Monica, on YouTube. It's so powerful that you're going to remember what it has done for you. When Spirit of Compassion wrote that line, I mean, I was freaking out when Spirit of Compassion was putting all this in here, right? And I wrote, it's so powerful that you're going to remember what it has done for you. That's what Spirit had me write. And I knew then so many people are going to have life-changing results from this exercise alone. What page is that on in your book? Get Healing says. It is page 541. And what book is it? Pray tell. It's Brain Saver Protocols. The technique gets even more helpful every time you do it. It's because your brain learns a routine in this restorative exercise. Your brain learns it. You do it more, you do it a second time, a third time, your brain remembers. Your brain doesn't forget this exercise. It gets more powerful. It gets stronger. It helps you fix your problems more and more. It helps you heal when you can't sleep. It can help you get some sleep. It can change your life. Tom Jensen, it had helped me to be more healthy. Celery juice morning cleanse. Incredible on YouTube. IG, Dizzy Bliss, you allowed me to sleep after months of going nuts from insomnia. If you have trouble, please try melatonin from Vimergy and chamomile and peppermint and lemon balm tea with raw honey before bed. Amazing, amazing, amazing. The Vimergy melatonin is insane. Ah ha ha ha. I do take the Vimergy melatonin. I do. It's incredible. What I find in my personal experience, you guys know I endorse these guys, that it's stronger than the melatonin I used to use from other companies, meaning it gives me such more of a better quality sleep, which I love. Because I can't shut down my mind because I have a voice talking to me. So it's not easy. It's nothing easy about that. It's a whole nother story. Someday I will go into detail about that. It's more than what people could even imagine, actually. I write a little bit about it in the Brain Saver books and Medical Medium Origins, but it's way worse than anything I've ever said when it comes down to hearing the voice I hear. And you may think, well, I don't really believe he hears a voice. Then fine, I'm a genius. I'm a freaking genius then, with all these books and info, all original and unique info. I must be genius. But I have endorsed melatonin from Vimergy. I've endorsed Vimergy in all their different products, okay? Because companies put hidden ingredients in there. Companies put hidden ingredients. You're allowed to legally place a certain percentage of unidentified hidden ingredients in the products and not put it on the bottle. That's the rules, the regulations. Vimergy says, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to play that game. No caking agents, no bonding agents, no nothing hidden. And that's why. They're not only just the highest quality, they do things no one's ever done. And there's a reason. It costs more money for the companies to do those things. And it's smarter. And the other companies, I don't see them do either. They're not smarter and they're not doing these things, which is incredible. And it's the highest quality stuff. You can check out the Medical Meme Directory or just Vimergy.com. And you know, any company I've ever supported, if they start changing their ways and they're going downhill, it's like, see you later, whatever. All right. Thanks for bringing up the melatonin. I tell like my friends about it all the time and everything. Triple Leo says, laugh out loud. My ex used to punch me when he couldn't sleep. Then would pretend he did it in his sleep. I eventually caught on. Laugh out loud. That's just like, I feel really bad for you to go through that. I really do. So many people are, I mean, I can tell you that when people don't sleep, the craziest stuff can happen. It just can. And the most difficult stuff can happen. For years, I've seen people, like I said, there's this thing where if you, I don't know if you've ever met somebody that's gone through this, but there are people, and I've seen people throughout the years, that can go 2 days, 3 days without sleeping, and it's an agony, it's a hell, it's a torture. Where literally their whole body's rattling and shaking. They're literally pacing. It's 3 days later and they haven't fallen asleep. And when they finally fall asleep, it's like literally a seizure sleep. It's like you go into like a seizure. It's unbelievable. This technique gets even more helpful every time you do it because your brain learns the routine of this restorative exercise. We're talking about resting the nerves if you just got on here. And then I went on some different directions. It's all kind of related. When your eyes are closed, your neurotransmitters will start strengthening. Did you hear that? If you lay there at night and you close your eyes and you're just resting your nerves and you're telling yourself you're resting your nerves, you're strengthening your neurotransmitters. Your electrical impulses will start calming down. Your neurons will start resting from less activity. Even if you're still thinking about your day or you're angry about not sleeping, the emotional centers of your brain will cease to have full control over you. When your central nervous system knows you're taking care of it and giving it what it needs right then, errant rogue thoughts can't interfere with your nerve strengthening minute by minute. This technique is like a quick charge for the central nervous system. The nutrients from any healing foods you've eaten so far that day can be used that much more effectively while you rest your nerves. This technique also helps strengthen the immune system. As the time you've set aside for yourself is coming to an end of this exercise, try to get in touch with the fact that your brain and nerves have now strengthened. Resonate with this realization that they're stronger than when you started, and that each time you do this, it's more effective. If you're dealing with any, okay, this is an important paragraph coming up right here. Really important, okay? Very important. If you're dealing with any sort of neurological symptom or illness, including ME/CFS, multiple sclerosis, seizures, weakness of the limbs, tingles and numbness, dizziness, vertigo, floaters in the eyes, tremors, aches and pains, ringing in the ears, headaches, migraines, jaw pain, neck pain, severe fatigue, inability to think, or brain fog. This is one of the most powerful healing techniques for you. You can use this technique throughout your day, throughout sleepless nights, there it is, and even throughout your healing process. Amazing. All right, you guys, we're going to work on it. Let's do it. Let's make a shot. Let's get rid of the brain here. Okay, let's get the juicer over here. I think I'm ready for a incredible shot. Got all my stuff. Multitask. Multitasking. I'm hoping Dr. Nesbitt shows up tomorrow. It's the 20th day. He promised me he would. He said that he would. But he's got some surgeries and he's doing some psychiatry. All right, so what do we got? 3/4 cup fresh or thawed mango. Nice. This is frozen mango right here. Frozen mango. Sleep and recharging. Whoa. Getting some juice out of that frozen mango. You know how much frozen mango you would have had it thrown into one of the other juicers? It'd be insane. I only put a little bit in, and it's squeezing the crap out of it. You guys, if you read Thyroid Healing, I got to get the book over here sometime. If you read Thyroid Healing, people heal through their dreams and nightmare section. You know, it's so really cool right there. And I've always talked about this before, what happens if you have bad dreams, if you have nightmares, you're healing through that. Keep that in mind. You're healing through those nightmares and those bad dreams. All right, let's go. Next one. 1/8 of a cup of tightly packed dill. Get some dill in here. It's about good. Next, 1/4 cup of chopped cucumber. Can't throw that one right. Not without hitting the juicer, so I choked on that one. But I didn't drop it on the floor. 1/4 cup chopped cucumber. Let's send the cuke through there. Nice. Get you moving. There you go. Next after that, 1/2 cup roughly chopped lettuce. I need more than that. Squeeze into tightly packed. Where's my Thyroid Healing book? All right. So you want to get that in there. And then 1/2 teaspoon of pure maple syrup. And here's what's incredible. And I asked Spirit of Compassion about this recipe, this brain shot. Why would the maple syrup go in there? Is the maple syrup going in there to make it taste good? If that's the case, shouldn't maple syrup be in every single brain shot therapy? You would think so, right? If the maple syrup is there to make it taste good, the shot, then maybe the maple syrup should be in everything. It should be in every single brain shot therapy. But no. Spirit of Compassion told me the maple syrup was to get glucose to the brain. And then I said, well, okay, glucose to the brain. That would be good for everything. Shouldn't we just be on maple syrup all day? And these are the questions I ask. Because just, you know, that I'm the messenger, I got to ask these questions. Spirit of Compassion goes, no. It's the trace minerals in the maple syrup and glucose, combined with that form of glucose, which is entirely different, inside the mango, combined with the trace minerals in the lettuce, combined with phytochemical compounds in the dill, combined with what's in the cucumber. It's that combination in the amounts that does something to the brain, because these are literally an entirely different situation. This isn't about a tasty juice shot. That's why some of them just taste so bad. It's really incredible when you even think about it. What? Music? No way. Love it. Amazing. Incredible. Right away. Now I'm getting the like fuzzy sensations everywhere right now. I'm going to read you a little bit more, by the way, of mind-blowing sleep information. I'm going to read a little bit more. Don't go away after this. We're just going to send this down and then I'm going to read. I'm going to read you the sacred sleep window. And you feel that? Can you feel that? It's just incredible. It's absolutely incredible. So good. Bartender, give me 10 more. So good. Seriously. I'm getting like this funny sensation that I haven't had with this one. I feel like I'm calming down. And Spirit says I didn't even finish this one right. He says you still have to have a little bit of maple syrup mixed in. He says if you don't have maple syrup, the mango might just be enough. But he said you have to have the maple syrup and then it really kicks in harder. I'm going to read to you why dreams are bad, which is really critical information. My dreams are good. I'm telling you, I'm actually ready to go to sleep. I'm afraid of the second shot right now because I'm actually relaxing so much. My God, I'm ready to go to bed. I'm not just saying that. That just calmed me down, like in this insane way. Now it's really kicking in because then I had a little bit of the maple mixed in there. Oh my God. But I had maple syrup this morning, so I had lots of it in my bloodstream. You guys, remember when I would do the Amazon lives? I feel like this is crazy how I feel right now. Remember when I did the Amazon lives? I did like all the maple syrup candies. You know the maple syrup candies? The pure ones? Well, I had a bunch of those this morning. Okay? And so I had a lot of maple syrup already in my bloodstream. But what's really funny, right? What's really funny is then I just added a little bit more to the shot, even though I had it in me. Incredible. All right. I'm ready just to relax. Call it a day. Take a nap. I'd like to take a nap. Why bad dreams are good. Thyroid healing. Dreams are the ultimate mystery. They can't be weighed or measured. Sorry, science and research. I don't care what diodes you hook up to somebody's head. There's no freaking way you're ever going to weigh or measure dreams. Sorry. 1,000 years go by in science, you're not going to be able to weigh and measure dreams. 1 million years can go by, and you're still not going to be able to measure dreams or weigh them. What are dreams telling us? We ask ourselves from the time we're children, what do they mean? That brain shot therapy is so freaking incredible that, like, seriously? Now I know why. When you commented, somebody commented earlier. Now I know why it's actually helping you sleep for how long you've been sleeping now. Especially we question the bad dreams. What's behind the nightmares? My God, you take that brain shot therapy and you grab some Vimergy melatonin. If you do the brain shot therapy that we just did just now and you throw in Vimergy melatonin, yeah, it's amazing. And then the Vimergy GABA, forget it. Especially we question the bad dreams. What's behind the nightmares? What is behind the nightmares? Sorry, guys. What is behind the nightmares? The anger dreams. Do you ever get anger dreams? Do you ever get like angry in your dreams? I wanted to ask you guys that. Do you ever get anger, like an anger fit in your dream? Like you're in the dream, you're dreaming, and then you're angry. You're in your dream and you're upset in your dream. Infinite Wellness says, love the GABA. Amazing. Go-To Cola says, I can actually see a major shift in your energy after that shot. I'm not kidding. I got to tell you something. Go-To Cola. This is so messed up. All the shots throughout these 19 days have given me sensations and have given me incredible feelings and everything else, right? This Sleep and Recharge one, I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like my brain, everything about it, I just feel so, I'm floating in a good way. It's just incredible. And I'm ready for a nap. Kate Mara says, never had anger in dreams, but lots of distress. Okay, that's good to know, actually. It's good to know because a lot of people have distress too. So exactly. And frustration. On IG, CeeLo says, yes, I've been having a lot of angry, sad dreams about Dad. The stress dreams, the sweet dreams, the wake in the night, the sweat dreams. Sorry about that. Okay, the frustration dreams, the stress dreams, the sweat dreams, the wake in the night screaming dreams. How many people wake up in the middle of the night screaming? Got a nightmare? How can we make them go away? Are they punishment? Can we have some more blissed out dreams of tropical island vacations, which could be a nightmare for some people? Some people, tropical nightmares, vacation. I mean, you hear about it out there. Like, yeah, some people go on a tropical vacation and something terrible happens. Like, they could be a nightmare. Once you understand what's behind those bad dreams, you won't want them to go anywhere. I just said basically, you don't want to lose your bad dreams. Once you understand what's behind those bad dreams, you won't want them to go anywhere. Bad dreams are the soul's way of healing. Bad dreams are the soul's way of healing. When we're awake, we're not supposed to be breaking down the walls of our emotional hurt. When we are wounded, a physical component in the brain puts up a barrier to protect us from constantly processing and reprocessing the pain so that we can be productive and move forward during our waking hours. So we're not reliving all the pain. See how it works? All the hardships you had in your life, the struggles you had in your life, we're not supposed to be reliving it every single minute. We won't even be able to be productive, right? We won't be able to push through the day. So there's walls that are up that are naturally supposed to be there. They're not walls of denial. They're walls of divine protection. These walls, these emotional walls inside of our brain are emotional walls of divine protection. So we're not suffering every minute all day long. So all of our hardships, the betrayal, the broken trust, all the crap that's happened in our lives, all the losses, all the struggles, if we live in that every single second, we won't be able to do anything. So a lot of that gets tucked away. It gets tucked away. The old stuff gets tucked away. There is a natural wall. It's not a wall of denial. It's a wall of divine protection. While some conscious processing is healthy and necessary, it's not meant to haunt us. We're not supposed to be haunted constantly about things we've gone through, or we're not going to be able to function so good. There's a divine protective wall that's built inside of our brain that's both supernatural and natural. The time to process that pain is in our sleep, by the way. When we're sleeping, that's the time to process our pain. When we're not conscious, That's when we process that pain. That's what's incredible. This is blowing my mind over and over again. This is thyroid healing. Spirit of Compassion's put this in here years ago. This is mind-blowing information. You won't hear this anywhere else, of course. But this book has been out and millions of copies have gotten around the world, so people could be talking about it now and not citing it back to thyroid healing. They're not walls of denial. These walls are divine protection. They're there. So things in our life and in our past don't haunt us. The time to process that pain is in our sleep. Your nightmares, your nighttime nightmares, your dreams of sadness, your dreams of frustration, your dreams of betrayal, your dreams of broken trust, your dreams when you're sleeping at night of pain and sorrow and loss are there for a reason. The time to process those very things that you have gone through, you guys, is in our sleep when we're not conscious. The emotional walls come down so the soul can do its cleanup and repair work. When you're sleeping at night, the emotional wall comes down. It's not supposed to come down during the day when you're trying to function and drive a car and live your life and work or do whatever you're doing. Being creative, painting, whatever. It's supposed to come down the walls when you're sleeping so your soul can do its cleanup and repair work. This means that all sorts of difficult emotions get stirred up and they work themselves out through our dreams. It's meant to be worked out through our dreams. We're supposed to heal emotional injury through our dreams. If this didn't happen, frustration, anger, fear, betrayal, guilt, experienced any of that? I experience that every day. Do you ever experience any of that stuff? Yeah, I experience betrayal every day. It's like my bane of my existence, or whatever you want to call it. If this didn't happen, frustration. I experience frustration, of course. Anger, sure. Fear, sure. Betrayal, guilt, and humiliation would build up and build up and build up within us until they overpower the strength of the walls holding them in place. That means if you don't heal frustration, anger, fear, betrayal, guilt, and humiliation, if you don't heal the wounds that are behind things, and if you don't heal those in your sleep, then they can come out during the day. That wall comes down during the day. You don't want that. You want the wall to come down when you're sleeping. That is part of the divine protection aspect of our design. Spirit of Compassion says, if we didn't do this, frustration, anger, fear, betrayal, guilt, and humiliation would build up and build up and build up within us until they overpowered the strength of the walls holding them in place and took over our waking lives. It doesn't take over my waking life, even though I get betrayed or whatever it is, or whatever's happening out there. There's so much hate on medical medium and all that. It doesn't take over my life because it heals through my dreams. That's where the wall comes down when you're sleeping. So during my waking days, people say I'm a pretty happy guy. You know? And so what's funny is because I'm being productive, I'm getting the information out, I'm working hard, whatever it is, right? I don't let those things take over and dominate my life. I heal those through my dreams at night, like Spirit of Compassion is saying, we all do. Instead, our dreams release them. This nightly house cleaning, aided by the angel of sleep. And if you don't believe in the angels, if you don't believe in angels, then maybe it's something else, a gnome. Maybe it's something else of sleep. Maybe you just think God helps us sleep. Whatever it is that you believe, you don't believe in angels, that's okay. But our dreams released, this nightly house cleaning, aided by the angel of sleep and the angel of dreams. Many times when people take melatonin, it allows them to dream when they weren't able to dream before. And that helps people to heal their emotions in their sleep. By the way, nightmares are not a bad sign. That's a sign that the brain, that your emotional, your soul, your state is healing. This nightly house cleaning, aided by the angel of sleep, the angel of dreams, and the unknown angels, helps the unknown angels. The unknown angels. Helps us face what's going on in life without becoming scared by it. Sometimes dreams have staying power. A dream can stick to you all day or even longer, even years. Can I just ask you guys something? Have you been in a situation where a dream has stayed with you for years? A dream that you had a long time ago, a dream that you might have had, and it has stayed with you for years? These dreams can be confusing. We often dream of family and other loved ones. For example, with the swirl of emotions, even if everything is going fine in a waking relationship, a dream can bring a feeling of hurt or loneliness. And it's okay if you don't remember your dreams either. That's okay too. There's nothing wrong with that. Even if everything is going fine in a waking relationship, a dream can bring a feeling of hurt or uneasiness. Or if it's a relationship where there's been some challenge or distance, dreams can bring up the old wounds, making us contemplate what went wrong years ago to cause the pain. We may wake from a dream feeling like we did something wrong. You are processing at night, so you don't have to do it in your waking life. Even if a relationship where there's been some challenge or some distance, dreams can bring up old wounds, making us contemplate what went wrong years ago to cause the pain. We may wake from a dream feeling like we did something wrong, or like we weren't heard or perceived right. As we painfully try to decode what it means, we can be left feeling empty. All of this is healthy. I've heard from people who told me that a bad dream made them pick up the phone and call a family friend or a family member they hadn't talked to in years. That's what bad dreams can do. Juliet says, I have bad dreams almost every night, which makes sense since I have been through trauma and PTSD. It makes a lot of sense. People have bad dreams about an old family friend or something, and they contact them, and it's amazing how this works. Let's see. Ann Dash says, I did not dream for over 10 years. Thank you for changing that. Incredible. Any empty feeling is because toxic wounds and emotions left us or started to leave us. That's the empty feeling we can get to in our sleep, reducing our storage of bank of hurt. Even though we think it's the opposite, bad dreams rejuvenate us. Even when we think it's the opposite, a bad dream rejuvenates us. How insane is that? It's so cool. They remind us that there are people, places, and things in our lives that may need some attention so we can move on. Bad dreams don't close doors. They open doors. I think I'm going to quote that, you guys. I think I'm going to remember that one. Okay? I'll make a medical medium quote out of that. Bad dreams don't open doors. Sorry. If I'm going to do the quote, can I get the quote right? Bad dreams don't close doors. They open doors. I love doing live shows. They create new beginnings. I should add that to the quote too. They create new beginnings. Even if you're not aware of what that new beginning is, it's happening. Far down the road, you can quote all of medical medium books, right? Like if you can turn quotes into like every line is always it's mind blowing. Spirit of Compassion did a fantastic job. Even if you're not aware of what that new beginning is, it's happening. Far down the road, you may have the perspective to see what opportunity a bad dream led to you in your way, led to your life. We wish each other sweet dreams. Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams. Or if you're a mobster or something, sweet dreams, right? It's pretty funny. We wish each other sweet dreams. Back then, all those years ago, I put this in the books, but people say I'm just a fruit and vegetable guy. And the rest of it, they think I'm a fruit and vegetables man, and then I got it all wrong. You know? But they got it wrong. Man, do they got it wrong. We wish each other sweet dreams, when really we should wish each other healing dreams. We're not supposed to say sweet dreams. We're supposed to say healing dreams. I wish you healing dreams. To advance the soul, mend the heart, and simply empty yourself or harmful emotions. You don't want every dream to be perfect and tranquil and flowery. You don't want your dream to be a wonderland and only that. You want your dreams to have some hardship in them because you want the good stuff to be happening when you're awake. You want the bad stuff to happen when you're asleep. If our dream lives were total fantasy, sleeping would be the only thing we'd ever want to do. Now, there are sinister people in the world that have existed throughout history. I love when Spirit of Compassion does stuff like this. Like, who would ever talk about stuff like this and say things like this? These books are incredible. Now, and this is years ago, right? We know how the world's getting even more sinister. I mean, now there are sinister people in the world. They have existed throughout history. These cold-hearted people can go through life without one nightmare. If you look, it doesn't mean you're a sinister person just because you never had a bad dream once in your entire life. But there are sinister people where they don't have those bad dreams. That's an indication of how cut off they are from processing negative experiences like pain and suffering. Since they don't deal with their pain while they sleep, they hold on to it in their waking lives and they want to inflict that pain on others. Which book page is this? LAG on YouTube? It's page 260 of Thyroid Healing. On the flip side, you can have the most compassionate, generous, loving person who can't go a night without dreaming something unpleasant. Believe it or not, this is the healthier process. Because this person is so tuned in, she's a witness to other struggles. She experiences the range of human suffering. And so when she checks out for the night, her brain needs to protect her from becoming haunted by it in her waking life. This is just, I'm trying to redigest this information. She may dream of schoolyard bullies and natural disasters and war zones. And it's all for her benefit. So that rather than waking up bitter that she has to leave some fantastical fantasy dream and face a harsh world instead, she can wake up relieved to leave those tough dreams behind and ready to continue her sacred work of compassion. Here's one of the last paragraphs right here. This is deep. This is deep. I mean, if there's ever a term to use, that would be the term right now. I love this paragraph right here. Let me be clear that having good dreams does not make you a bad person. Let me be clear. That's what Spirit of Compassion said. That's what I wrote. Of course not. It's all about balance. In addition to those memorable bad dreams, we're meant to have beautiful dreams as well. The angels sometimes grant us dreams of transcendence and hope. Sometimes our dreams are premonitions or messages or creative inspiration. Some nights we have mild bad dreams in which we process emotions, though we're spared from remembering what happened come morning. Other times we get a visit with a deceased loved one in our dreams. Has that ever happened to you? I just want to ask you guys that. Have you ever had you were sleeping and you had a dream and a deceased loved one came into the dream? Just remember to welcome the dreams that challenge you. They are doing you a great service as your body heals during slumber. They are not a punishment or judgment. They are helping you become your best self. What? The afterword is your soul's gold. I don't know if you guys read that. Rising Out of the Ashes says, I love that you say she in the books. Otherwise, it's always he in other books. Can I say something about that, Rising Out of the Ashes? I got a lot of flack from that one. From what they say, and I can't be quoted on this because I don't know if someone did it before, but before Medical Medium books, it said that no one put she in front of he. And the Medical Medium books were the first books published where he was after she, where it was she in front of he. It's her in front of him. And all the other books, I was told, and even my publisher said, they said, we think no one's done that before. We think it was always him and her. Right? He and she. Or always he. And the Medical Medium books were her and him. First time they think in publishing history. That's what we believe. I mean, maybe there was one book somewhere that was 100 years ago. I don't know, but I'm saying that's what we've learned. Lori's page, and that was really cool. Lori says, yes, a dream I had for 10 years about my son who came to me before I became pregnant with him. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. On IG, Jacquelina had a weird one last night. A message from my ex-husband. Incredible. I love talking about dreams and reading about the dream information in the Medical Medium books. There's other dream information throughout the Medical Medium books. I just love it. I really do. And treasure it dearly. You guys, I'm still hearing about it every day. Cold and flu, RSV, stomach flu. Now there's a new stomach flu out there coming around. There's more C. There's more mutations of C. All of that. Do you have your cold and flu toolkit? Go to medicalmedium.com. You can download it for free. You'll see 7 herbs and supplements to keep on hand. I always tell my friends and family, don't wait for the flu to hit. Don't wait for the cold to hit. Don't wait for the C to hit. Don't wait and then be like, what do I need? What do I need? Oh, I got a fever. What do I need? I'm coughing. I can't get. What do I need? Oh, I got to wait. I wait a couple days for it to come in the mail, whatever. Check with your doctor and see what's right for you. But I tell friends and family to have those on hand right there. So it's B12, the zinc, the micro C, the cat's claw, the propolis pure, the olive leaf, right? The golden seal. By the way, tomorrow is day, and this is the Vimergy stuff. You guys know I endorse them because the stuff is mind-blowing. You guys know that tomorrow's day 20, okay? And there's more recipes in here too. This isn't just the only part of this download. This download is actually totally stocked with info, right? Day 20 tomorrow. Woo! That sleep and recharging shot did something to me. I was ready for a nap right after I had it. Like I needed to take a nap kind of thing where I was just relaxing. And then I was starting to get recharged. So like I'm ready for like a whole nother round or something. This is amazing. Nicholas Russell, does Nesbitt take sleeping pills with a swallow of bourbon? Look, I don't want to like talk about Nesbitt's medical history, but Dr. Nesbitt does take various medications. Dr. Nesbitt has prescribed himself various medications. He won't go to a colleague doctor at his own surgical clinic. He says that his doctor colleagues don't like him on so much medication, so he decided to prescribe all the medication to himself. And I'm not going to say what they totally are. We'll let Dr. Nesbitt tell you tomorrow. Dr. Nesbitt will be here tomorrow. He's in surgery right now, and he's going to tell you what medications he's on. Yes, that's what he's going to do. It's going to be good. Rosemary McManus, what is the sleep and recharging shot? Or what is in the sleep and recharging shot? Oh, can you rewatch this, please? You see some mango there the whole bit. Rewatch this. Okay, I got to go. Please. You guys are amazing. Bye. I'll see you guys. I'll see you tomorrow, day 20. I can't seem to leave. It's a sleep and recharging shot. I'm ready for another round. Let's do it. Let's do round 20 now. I'll see you guys tomorrow for 220, all right? Day 20, Medical Me and Brain Shock Therapy Cleanse Challenge. Say that 4 times in a row really fast. I'll see you guys.